said something to me that really had me thinking. What did you say, Hunter?
You said that it would be like time impulsive, and I said already.
Yeah, he said already? He couldn't believe how fast time was going between the beginning of class and the end of class. Why is that? It's something called flow, okay? We were in a flow state, we reached flow, and we made it there. I first read about flow in Jiu-Jitsu magazine probably about a year ago. I read it. There was a magazine in the gym. I picked it up. I started reading it, and I came across this concept. And there's a book. The author, his name is Nikolai. I can't pronounce his last name, but it starts with a C, and it has about 1,000 letters in it. But Hunter asking me that question yesterday really got me thinking. It got me thinking about the infinite game of jiu-jitsu. When we were doing the circuit training, you heard me say, push yourself, challenge yourself, set a goal that you can obtain and obtain that little goal. How do you climb Mount Everest? How do you climb Mount Everest? One step at a time, right? You don't just get to the top. You climb it one step at a time. In the infinite game of jiu-jitsu, there are all these little details. We call those the micro what? We call them what? The micro battles, right? They're the micro battles. And then we have the macro battles. That's the big goal at the end of the day, what we're trying to get to. Whether it be a submission or a position, whatever it is, the macro battle is what we're trying to get to. But the micro battles are what makes the game infinite. Why is that? It's something called evolution. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we are constantly evolving because the status quo is pushing everyone else up. The competition is high and everybody keeps moving up. They get better and better. The details of what we do have changed several times in the past 10 years. They've changed. The way that I learn things are different than the way that you learn things, than the way that we're teaching, because the details have changed. Because the details change, this game is infinite. With those details, though, you can always put yourself in a flow state. And when we put ourselves in a flow state, we can maximize our learning potential. So, when the challenge is high and your skill level is high, you reach flow. When your challenge is high and your skill level is high, you reach flow, okay? Are there going to be times that you're bored? Are there going to be times that you're bored? Yeah. Okay, there's times that you're bored. And if you get bored with doing something, what do you need to do? It looks like you need to challenge yourself and increase your skill, okay? So if you're bored about it, you need to increase your challenge. You need to increase your challenge up, and your skill will grow with you along this chart. So I went through McDonald's drive-thru today. There was a lot of traffic. And I got to the window and the girl looked at me like this. She waited 1 minute and she handed out her cup to me like this. And shut the window. Didn't say a word. How would that make you feel? Aren't they supposed to leave you with a smile? I thought everybody smiled at McDonald's. So I knocked on her window and she opened it back up and I told her to have a nice day. I smiled back at her just to pass on the good word. So obviously, she was bored, but she wasn't challenging herself. If she was challenging herself, she would have had the next 10 drinks ready. She would have been ready to go. She would have made something work. She would have made it harder. And that's what we do with our micro battles. If you're having a tough time learning something, focus on the little details that are key, because there's many of them, but if all you can get are 3 of the main ones, you take 3 of the main ones and you focus it. So your skill level meets the challenge. If you can master all the micro battles, then do it. Because obviously your skill level is already high, so the challenge goal. You have the ability to put yourself in flow. It's up to you, and it is a mindset. It's up to you, and it is a mindset. If you go to the weight room and you work out, your muscles break down, but when they grow back, what do they get? Bigger, right? They get bigger, they get stronger. Every time you break yourself down and you challenge yourself, you get a little bit stronger. You're better than you were. You're better than you were the day before, and you're going to continue to be better than you were. Who's tougher than they were when they first started? Put your hands up. Who's tougher than they were when they first started? That's everybody. How about that? See, this isn't rocket science. All you got to do is continue to challenge yourself. And if you get bored, find a challenge. Make it more challenging. Line it up. Good work.